Good morning, folks, and welcome to the Moose Minute Project. Sprinkly, rainy kind of day in Boscobel, Wisconsin. So, left the house. It was sunny and beautiful. And as I got closer to the river here and closer to work, the clouds rolled in and so did the rain. So we've got definitely more moisture on the ground again today. Still very warm. But welcome to the Moose Minute Project. As you saw, this one titled, Building a Good Team. Are you trying to build a good team? In order to do that, you've got to have a few things going for you. And I think if we strongly believe that this generation is lacking workers, who do we blame for that? Who are we saying is at fault for this generation not wanting to work, not wanting to put in the time? I know personally a few individuals that are busting their humps every day. Talked to a young lady last night, has 3 college classes for the summer and 3 jobs, or 2 jobs now. So she's working full-time at 2 places pretty much, when you add them together. So, and then taking 3 college classes online. As far as my kids go, they're all busting their humps working. So I'm trying to figure out who. We can sit here all we want and say this generation stinks, they don't want to work. I don't feel it's the generation problem. I think it's those that raised this generation's problem. My family didn't have the opportunity to not work. I didn't get to go through high school and not work. You had to work. You had to do the stuff you did. Been doing that since I was 15 actually is when I started working at the grocery store, and pretty much through school and everywhere else. I don't have a feeling it is the kids 100%. At this age, they're still either at home or influenced by people at home. So why are they not being out and about? Why are we coddling the kids to where they're not working? I'm just curious. So it's one of those things I strongly feel that it's not just the kids' fault here. It is parents as well, and it's society as well. We've been coddling kids far too long. I think we need to start, and it's not a discipline factor. Well, it's part 2. I mean, if you go out in the public now and you hear kids yelling, screaming, misbehaving at restaurants, I can guarantee you that when our family went out to eat, if the behaviors I saw in restaurants where kids are running around, they're throwing fits, you'd have thrown a fit all right, because you'd have been handled in the car, or you'd have been handled at home when you got there. But most likely, all of us, I think, remember the look. And it was only given once, and you had better straightened up after you received the look. And I've talked about it before, but parents back when I was growing up in Plain, which is a very small town, would correct other children and then report to your parents that they had to correct other children, and then your parents corrected you again. So I feel that we have lost part of that. I feel that the edge in society is not just to blame the generation. We are not to blame just the kids for lack of work ethic. I feel it has been instilled in all of us. by our parents and then upheld by our parents. Our parents are the ones that showed us what had to be done to get it done. And some of our parents are still busting their humps today because they don't know any different. They work hard, they do that, and they're doing that because I think if they didn't, things would really be weird. But I think that's the problem with the generation today, is it's not necessarily us. I mean, we can blame some of it on the kids. Yes, it's hard to find work, whatever it may be. I think also the government portion of it has a little bit to do with it. But definitely at home, the parents have everything to do with what happened inside their walls and what happens with the work ethic as far as that goes. If we have coddled them and made them feel sorry for, all the sore things little Jimmy goes through, well, that didn't happen when we were growing up. You either had to stand up to it or just move on, and that's how that works. So that's my input there. But building a good team. So what are we looking for when we're building a good team? Part of it, I think, if somebody walks into your building, to get them there, if your employees aren't recommending other people to come work for you, you have an issue. Recommendations of, hey, you know what? I have this job and it is flipping awesome. You need to come and work for this company. It is phenomenal. Come and work for them. That is going to be your number one place to find employees, is from other employees recruiting friends or whatever it may be to come and work for you. If your environment in your building is like a black cloud or a rainstorm all the time, most people aren't going to say, hey, come and work for us. It is great. If it's not, that's part where you need to look. If you know that's a problem, then you need to step up and fix that problem as well. And I think that is what it's going to take in order for your business to get people is, first, people need to recommend your business to other people they know. And if they're not doing that, there's an internal problem that needs to be looked at and it needs to be fixed. So once you get the person through the door, though, you need to look at their history. So look at what they've done, where they've been, past employment. One thing that I never, ever did as a manager is call anybody's recommendations, because it was a wasteless amount of time. You're going to call 3 people that have already been warned to say, hey, this guy's going to call you. Can you at least say something nice about me? Why call a recommendation? Look at their past employment. Have they been at 5 different jobs in this short amount of time? Look at that. Take a look at that. And then go off of that. So the next thing that you want to check is interest. So are they interested in what you do? Do they have an interest in what you do? If you are in the power sports world, does this person, have they been a salesperson selling flooring, selling whatever? Most likely to sell them over into the power sports world is going to be tough. They need to have somewhat of an interest in what you do. Kind of like when I came to work for Jacob, my interest has always been power sports and to sell, or just to sell in general. I love selling in general. But with the ATV, UTV world, yes, now I'm in lights for it, but I'm developing cool stuff for the ATV, UTV side. So if you're mentioning what you're doing and somebody is lacking the interest in your business, probably not going to work out. It's just probably not going to. And then the next thing you want to do is check the response to your questions, such as, you do know we work Saturdays. Oh, I do? Yeah, and you get 1 week of vacation after you've been here a year. That's it? Those are the kind of things that you're going to want to pay attention to. Don't hire somebody just because you need to hire someone. If you're going to do that, be ready to fire someone just as fast. I think that's one of those key terms that we need to get comfortable with, is hire quick, but you may have to fire quicker. So there's always those kind of aspects to take onto these. Had a discussion last night with a gentleman that owns a business, and same situation, young workers, but he's got young workers. Why? Because his business is renowned for a great place to work, a respectable boss, does things, yes, high demand, high expectations, but he puts it all on the line and people know. And that is the key to knowing that. And then the last thing, so if you bring somebody on, you better be ready to check results. And if those results don't line up with what you want, and that person's not accepting the coaching to get those results. So if you have a salesperson that you hired and they're only turning X amount of units, well, why is that? Hey, you need to make more phone calls. You need to do this. You need to become approachable. If he fails to do that, you need to send them on their way. Don't just coddle them along. Yes, and it's an expensive venture to bring somebody on. There's no doubt about it. But with turnover rates and everything else and the job availability market right now, people are floating all over. And that's just how it works. So if you're in the ownership part of this or management part of it, hire quick, get ready to fire quicker. But you also need to make sure boundaries and everything else are drawn out crystal clear. So here's what we expect. Here's what you're going to do. And if you don't do it, sorry, it just didn't work out. You can leave on very friendly terms as long as people know here's where we're at. But get to know the name of the people. Ask for recommendation. If your employees aren't recommending you, this stands out in my head so much. If your employees aren't recognizing you to come and work and recommending you to other people to come and work for them, it is a problem. It is a problem internally. And as an owner, as a manager, I don't give a crap what you do. You are not going to get people to come and work for you. If people know that there is a black cloud in your area and that it is a high demand, lack of respect, whatever it may be, you are not, and I repeat, you are not going to get people to come and work for you. You need to be able to have meetings where you talk good, bad, ugly. You can't just have meetings where you talk about the hoo-ha-ha, yay thing at work. Problems need to be handled. And right now with customers the way they are and the way they expect the world to be, you're pissing off more customers than you know. And people aren't reporting it. They're just moving. They're just going on to some other company. And so if you're not asking, what's going on? Hey, and especially if you're not on the floor talking to them or calling customers, past customers, hey, you happy with what happened with your last appointment with us? Whether you cut hair, whether you massage horses, I don't know. But are you giving people the phone call back after they've received your product? So I just had a conversation too with somebody the other day that failed to get back to me. And I said, hey, chose a different option. Sorry, Mr. Gerber, that is totally on us. And you know what? After the apology and things like that, I think I could talk to them again and work with them. But you're not getting that chance anymore. So there's plenty of people out there that do what you do. So whether you're in the air conditioning business, septic tanks, I don't care. It doesn't matter. There is somebody else that'll do it. And maybe they will be the ones that do it right, and you've lost that customer. So that's where I'm at today. That was all the stuff on my mind last night. It's one of those things. I got into a pretty good meeting last night with somebody, and it was a lot of fun to discuss the management side of stuff. And, I have no issues talking to anybody about management things and helping to make things better. Just trying to make 2024 a positive forward and making it better. And I think this is helping me just personally, this project that I've done. Again, it's the Moose Minute Project. I'm here Monday through Friday for sure. Sometimes on the weekend, depending on. But consistency Monday through Friday about this time every morning. I appreciate those that tune in and listen. I hope you're getting things out of it. This will also be posted on YouTube afterwards. So on my page, Chris Gerber. So you can find my YouTube page and see these videos as well. If you hit subscribe and like, it's okay. I'm not doing it to have 1 million fans. I could care less, right? I'm doing it to hopefully help one person with a business or one person with their personal struggles to get through something. Sometimes I talk about business. Sometimes I talk about Alzheimer's. Sometimes I talk about strokes. Unfortunately, I have experienced a lot of it. So thank you for tuning in to the Moose Minute Project. I truly appreciate it. And we'll see you again tomorrow morning. And as always, if you can bless somebody's day today, take that opportunity. And it doesn't have to be financially at all. That's not what I'm saying. You can bless people in multiple ways, whether it's donating to a food pantry or whether it's giving blood. There's multiple ways to bless somebody that is in need. So have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow morning with a whole brand new topic.